recording. Namaste. Okay. So we'll start with our usual, the quote. The quote is, breathe. It's just a bad day, not a bad life. But what I say to everyone is, the next time you're feeling out of sorts, just breathe. Just simply breathe. When I first started yoga classes years ago, I didn't have the strength to stand up. I didn't have the strength to do any postures, but I did have the strength to lie down and just breathe. It doesn't have to be a bad day. It can just be a bad moment. But I certainly know just by breathing slowly and deeply and pausing after the inhalation, pausing after the exhalation, it does affect change. You have the power to make it just a few moments and not make it last the whole day. Breathe, believe, and you will receive. So that's the line for today. Breathe, believe, and you will receive. So we'll start again with Samprasrasana, the same as last week. I think I sent the handouts to most of you. So we'll go to the right-hand side of the mat. And we stand tall. But before we start, we'll start with sighing, because sighing is said to be the quickest way to initiate the relaxation response. So the next time you're stressed, you don't have to believe a word I say. The next time you're out of sorts, the next time you're having a bad day or a bad moment, this is the quickest way to break that cycle. So we're going to inhale through the nose, and then we exhale through the mouth and just semi-slump and let everything go. So we slow, smooth, and deep through the nose. Wait for your natural pause. And then through the mouth, when you're ready, and just slump at the shoulders, ragdoll arms, and let your head go. Of course, you can sigh out at the shop, you can sigh wherever, you don't have to do the physical slumping. And then when you're ready, up you come, inhale through the nose. Wait for the natural pause. You're not holding the breath in, you're allowing it to remain in. There's a big difference. Through the mouth. And slump, shoulders, head, arms. So do 3-4 more of these in your own time. Unfurl, inhale. Fill up the chest, fill up the lungs, open the chest, straighten the shoulders, smile. And then and let it all go. Breathe, believe, and receive. Now, just with me doing this, my arms are beginning to tingle and the circulation has gone right down to my ends of my fingertips and down to my toes. I can feel it. And through the nose, open the chest, relax the shoulders, smile. And only when you're ready to release that natural pause, through the mouth. Let the head go, medicine ball, ragdoll arms, loose shoulders. Last one, in your own time. Keeping your eyes closed, come up and stand tall. Imagine someone has a thread attached to the center of your head and they're gently elongating your body. And just breathe normally through the nose. Inhale through the nose, wait for your natural pause, and exhale through the nose. You're standing tall. And see if anything's changed from a few moments ago. And now we're ready to start. I'm certainly in a different place, but I've done this for years, and I believe, I breathe, I believe, and I do receive. Perhaps it may work for you too. Okay, so we're going to take the weight on the right foot, and remember, this is just to the first point of resistance. So you can do this Samprasarasana dynamically, or you can do it just as a warm-up like this. You can add as many side bends, you can do as many chairs. You can make it a half-an-hour movement if you wish. We take the weight on the right foot. As we inhale, we stretch out our arms, take a weight on the right, stretch out, and step across, bending at the knees. Inhale and stretch through the fingers, contract everything. Inhale and contract. Hold the breath. Hold for as long as you wish. Exhale and release. Down to the clasp. Slow it right down. Inhale as we raise the clasp. Nice and gently. It doesn't have to be aggressive, remember. Inhale, lift up, look up, stretch up. And that's a stretch that you're taking out. So again, it's not aggressive. That's a stretch you're taking out as you start to release. Inhale as we push the hands together firmly. Exhale forward into fists. Round into the lower back, bend at the knees and gently lean back. Again, you can stay here for as many breaths as you wish. When you're ready to come out, we inhale. We come forward with the clasp and we reverse it. And that's what you take up. Inhale as we come up. Now we bend with a straight back. And you can keep the arms at the ears if you wish, but it's very strong in the lower back. So I shan't be. I don't advise you do too either, Karen. And release the arms as we come forward. The forward bend. Gently relax at the knees if you wish. And you're trying to let go of the neck and the medicine ball head. Relax at the lower back. And just allow the body to stretch naturally. You get a bit of oxygenated blood to the head. And let the body do its work with the breath. Again, you can stay in this position as long as you wish, but we'll rejoin the clasp, reverse the clasp, the palms down, and that's what we take up, nice and loosely. Again, if you want to glue your arms to your ears, that's okay, but it's a lot more pressure on the lower back. Turn the clasp around. Inhale as we come up. And that's a stretch you keep as you move your hips to the right, which gives a strong pull inside the left leg. And that's a stretch you take over to the left. Just to the first point of resistance. Inhale, stretch through the arms. Then we come up. Inhale, re-engage your lift. Hips to the left. And that's what you take to the right. Nice and easy. Again, you can stay in these positions, but we're just warming up. So inhale as we come up. Stretch up. And that's a stretch you take down into the sitting position. We'll do one more. Inhale, lift up through the arms and sit down a bit further. Sorry for that. And then we come up. Arms forward. Inhale, and then we exhale as we twist around to the right, keeping the left elbow up. Inhale as we come back. Exhale to the left, the right elbow up. Keep the elbow up, it means it's working. Inhale to neutral. Up we come. Lift up, look up, stretch up, point those fingers up. And I feel it right through my abdominals. I feel it in the hip area. And that's what we're taking out. As we're continually stretching up, we're still stretching up through to the fingertips. And I don't know about any of you, but now my arms barely want to go down. Also looking at her arms. Karen's the same. Look, they still barely want to go down. And this is what happens with the breath and awareness and gentle movements. They still don't want to go down. I'll force them down or we'll be here all day. Karen's the same, I can see. And just tingling sensation. And this is a circulation, heel toe together, so you keep protecting the body. We step to the left of the mat. And we do the very same, but from the left-hand side. So we're going to take the weight, take your consciousness, take your awareness to the left foot. Prepare yourself for the balance. As we inhale, stretch out the hands, and we step out. And it doesn't matter if you balance or you don't. Some days I do, some days I don't. It depends where my mind is, and we step out. This is the thing, it always depends where your mind is. Inhale, contract everything. The thighs, the buttocks, the abdominals, push out through the fingertips, pull in the stomach, and relax. Down into the clasp. Inhale as we raise up. Look up, lift up, stretch up. Exhale as we come down. Inhale as we push the hands together. Really push. Exhale forward into fists. So gently lean forward, and then we lean back. Release at the knees. After your natural pause, inhale as you come up. We come forward. Reverse the clasp. Lengthen the back. Push the bottom out as we come down. Release at the knees if you wish. Certainly release at the neck. Allow the head, the weight of the head to pull you down. Pull your stomach muscles back. And just allow the body to breathe naturally. Remember the 6 seconds it takes for muscles, tendons, ligaments to start to release. Oxygenated blood to the head. When you're ready, rejoin your clasp. Reverse as we come up, looking after your back. I used to force myself with the arms glued to the ears. And I collapsed one day teaching yoga in a class, so I haven't done that since. Turn the clasp around. Inhale, stretch up. Hips to the right. Bend to the left, keeping the top shoulder open. Inhale as we come up. Lift up again. Pull in your lockdown lard. That's what I called it. Lockdown lard. Pull it in. If the stomach's pulling it, pushing out, down to the right. Inhale as we come up. Stretch up, really lift up. Feel that stretch before you go anywhere, and then you just sit down. Keeping the back straight, that's all you have to do. You don't have to go very far. You feel the contraction in the thigh muscles. Then we come up. Arms forward. Inhale. Exhale round to the right. Keep the left elbow up. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. And just go to the first point of resistance. Inhale back. Exhale to the left. Inhale to neutral. Lift up again. See, we're all going at different speeds. I'm watching you, and you just find your pace for yourself. Stretch up, up, up. Really elongate with your inhalation in the pause. And then that's the stretch you're taking out. It's a delicious stretch. It's an unusual phenomenon, this. No one wants to raise their arms now. And this is the class for today. We should just remain like this for the next 50 minutes, yeah? I know you're looking at your arms and wondering why they're still staying there. And just smile. And isn't this a beautiful moment? This is about as weightless as your arms get. Can you believe you're holding all these arms up? Effortless. And we'll just force them down. So when you're playing about with these postures, you can stand for as long as you wish and see what happens. And then heel toe together. Close your eyes, stand tall, and just bring your awareness to whatever's happened to your body, good or bad. And then you can learn which postures work for you and which postures are not quite so beneficial. Breathe, believe, and receive. Just check that your neck is relaxed, your shoulders are relaxing. Check that your arms, ragdoll arms. Check that you're standing tall, that your chin is parallel to the ground. And in your own time, we're going to sit down and do a forward bend, a sit-in forward bend. Can you still see me here? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to sit with the legs out straight. And we're sitting tall. This is a posture in itself. So what I want you to do is to slump, deliberately let go of the back muscles, let the shoulders go rounded. And then I want you to come up tall, and you'll see what happens. So there's a strong contraction of the gluteals, the thigh muscles. And the back muscles are having to do a considerable amount of work. Yeah, that's a good idea, Helen. Right, all we're going to do is, and it's not about the competition of how far you get, it's about getting any movement possible. So we're sitting tall, we inhale, keep the chin parallel to the ground, hands on the knees. And as we exhale, we just allow the spine to go forward. It won't necessarily go any distance at all, and that's okay. And this is all we're doing. We're inhaling and exhaling, and keep looking forward. Keep the chin parallel to the ground, otherwise you will bend the spine. So we inhale, lift up, elongate the back, And you can feel what happens to the thigh muscles. And then just allow, if there's any movement, for the hands to move forward and the angle of the hips and the back. Slightly reduce. Inhale up tall through the spine. Exhale. Allow the spine to reduce the angle in line with the legs. As I say, it doesn't matter if it does or it doesn't reduce the angle, as long as you keep the chin parallel to the ground and keep the spine straight. Because you're getting a lovely stretch through the spine. Keep the chin parallel. The tendency is to drop the chin. The minute you drop the chin, you'll bend the spine. And it defeats the purpose of the maneuver. Inhale. And perhaps you'll be able to move your fingers further down your legs, perhaps. It doesn't matter if you do or you don't. If there's any discomfort, if you think you've gone, there's no more movement to be given, then you can drop the chin. Then you can bend the spine. For me, I'm still getting movement. But remember the 6-second rule of muscles, tendons, ligaments. This is where you feel it. Because we're allowing the back to stretch itself and the hips naturally. Soften forward. So I've just about reached the last incremental movement. So now when you think you're not going to go any further, drop the chin. You'll be able to walk your hands slightly further forward. And then you just continue as before, but with the chin dropped. Inhale. Lengthen through the spine. And soften down, but relax in the head. Walking forward with the hands, which gives you a stretch through the upper back and the shoulders. It's not necessarily about flattening your stomach onto your legs. You're trying to keep your legs flat on the ground, which stretches the hamstrings as well. And you'll find you will get further movement because now you're working on the upper back muscles and the shoulder muscles, which are releasing. Inhale, lift up through the back. Exhale, soften. A few more breaths. If you get further down with the abdomen, then you can pull the abdomen back with the exhalation. Keeping the legs flat on the ground. Still trying to elongate through the spine with the inhalation, and then you're softening and surrendering with the exhalation. There shouldn't be any uncomfortableness with this. Maybe a little tightness, but you breathe through it if it's healthy pain. Remember, you don't breathe through it if it's unhealthy. You come out of the posture. To come out of the posture, you come out as slowly as possible. You keep the chin down, and you just start to walk back with the fingers. I really mean slowly. And you can use the hands to push on your legs as you straighten the back, vertebra by vertebra, keeping the chin tucked in. I really mean slowly. And the slower you do it, you can feel what's happening in your back as you straighten it. It's a lovely sensation, I hope. And then at the last moment, you bring the chin up to parallel. You take your hands behind your back, place them, and just slowly lean back. You take the weight of your torso on the heels of your hands, and you just ever so slightly, you're not forcefully lifting up your buttocks off the ground aggressively, you're just taking the weight of the torso onto your heels, and you're just lifting your buttocks minimally off the ground. And then relax back down. You just do that again. So you just lean back, your arms are acting as posts, and you're just allowing a little bit of leverage to come up to release the back. And then now we're going to lie in our stomach, resting our chin on the palms of our hands in Makarasana, which is the crocodile pose. I hope my microphone copes with this. So we're going to go round into our stomach. This is going to reverse the movement we've just done with the back. We put our hands, our palms under our chin. And what we're trying to do here is, we're trying to get the spine in as a comfortable position as possible. So if your elbows are too far forward, you will crush the neck. So try it. Take your elbows and put them further forward, and you'll find that you're crushing your neck. If the elbows are too far back towards your chest, then you'll put too much pressure on the lower back, and that will be uncomfortable as well. So what you're trying to do is find the middle way, where you can totally let go of your body weight, resting your chin on your hands, where you're not crushing your neck, and there's no discomfort in the lower back. When you start to use your mind and take the breath in from the coccyx, take a breath in from the base of the spine. Inhale as you take a breath right up the spine. Wait for your natural pause. And then you exhale and soften and surrender your complete body weight. It's a very comfortable position, this, but it takes a few breaths. You have to continually adjust with the elbows. Take them either forward and back, or take them in or out laterally to find a position where you can totally let go and you're free of discomfort in the neck and in the lower back. So that's me just got to the position now. Remember when you were a kid, you used to perhaps lie in your stomach and watch TV. And this felt the most comfortable thing around. Makarasana, the crocodile. So we're opening up the chest, which allows the breath into the lower lobes. We're taking the gravitational pull away from the spine, or compression, as you say. Breathe slowly and deeply, taking the breath up through the coccyx, right up through every vertebra. And then exhale as you soften. Now we take our hands. I hope you can still hear me with this. My head's so close to the microphone. Now you take your hands and place them in line with your forehead. Your forehead is on the ground, and we're going to do the Sphinx. So the forehead is on the ground, in line with your fingers. Elbows on the ground. And we inhale as we raise the head up. We're using our back muscles. We're not using the arms yet. In fact, we're not using the arms at all. We come up with the back muscles, and you settle on the elbows. If there's any discomfort in the lower spine, then you separate the legs a little. Separate the feet. And we're inhaling and we're lifting up through the chest, lengthening the throat, lifting up the chin. An inhalation. And then gently releasing on the exhalation. We're staying in the Sphinx posture. We're staying resting on the elbows. Inhaling through and up. And you can feel the compression between the shoulder blades, mid-back muscles. Exhale and release as you come forward with the chin and soften. They're subtle movements, but they're very beneficial. A few more. Just inhale as you lift up through the chest, lengthen the throat. Stretch your chin up. You can feel what's happening to your back. Exhale and release. So the other option in this position of Sphinx is you go completely down with each exhalation, then come up again. But I prefer the stationary one. In your next exhalation, we do come down this time. And I want you to take your hands and you can put them either wider or further forward. And we're going to do, that was a preparation for the cobra. We're going to do a simple cobra, but an easy one. So our hands are wider than our torso, and they can be in line with the forehead or slightly further forward. And you inhale as you come up, using the back muscles. And at the last moment, you push through the arms, and you've got just about the most gentlest cobra you can do. The classic cobra is the hands close in under the shoulders, and it's a severe compression of the lower back. But with this one, your hands are wider, they're further forward, and you find a position that doesn't give you any discomfort in the lower back. So if you are feeling slight discomfort, then you exhale lower down and separate the hands a bit further or a bit further forward. Then inhale as we come up. And you may find a position that just feels just right. We keep this position, and again, we do the same procedure. We inhale, lengthen up through the stomach. You can feel the pull in the abdominal muscles. Lengthen the throat, and gently lift your chin up. Exhale and soften. So this works on the arms and shoulders. Obviously, you're getting a stretch through your abdominals, and you're getting a compression in the lower back. You're opening your airways to receive oxygenate the blood. If at any time you've had enough, then you lower yourself down, take a few comfort breaths, and come back up. And for those of you who want to introduce a twist, we inhale as we lift up. Keep the chin parallel to the ground. We exhale and we turn the head to the right. Keep the head in that position. Inhale, lift up, soften through the right turn. And again, inhale, lift up through the chest. Soften through the right twist. After you've had enough, you inhale as you come back to neutral. Lift up. Exhale round to the left. 2 or 3 breaths. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale down. And we push up through our hands, back onto our heels. And we're just going to do the simple stretch, walking out the fingers. You're tucking your chin in, you're inhaling as you walk through your fingers, stretching out the arms and sitting down on your heels, lengthening the back. Stay with it. It's a lovely stretch. You can feel what's happening to the shoulders, upper arms, back. Inhale, walk away with the fingers. Exhale, allow the weight of the buttocks to lengthen the back. Now, if you feel that's enough for your back, then stay in that position. But if you want to try one more contraction of the lower back, we come forward back onto our stomach. Normally the head would be on the ground, but I'm not putting it down because of the microphone. Hands behind our back and a clasp. So we're on our stomach, forehead on the ground, clasp behind our back. It's called the snake. And we're not lifting the arms. All we're doing is inhaling as we lengthen through the arms, and it pulls the shoulders back. So you will get a lift, but we don't lift the arms. We inhale as we hold the breath, push through the arms, and the shoulders will come out from the rounded position. And you get a lovely stretch through the shoulders and a lengthen through the arms. So inhale, stretch through the arms, lift up the head. It's quite a strong contraction. And soften down. Take a few comfort breaths if you wish. Inhale, inflating the abdomen, lifting up through the chest. The shoulders are getting pulled back as you push through the arms. And down. Again, depending on your strength of your body and what you've put your body through, if you want to push it a little bit further, now you can lift the arms if you wish, only after lengthening. So we inhale, lift up through the chin, push away with the arms, and at the last moment, only if you wish, because it's a very strong stretch, you lift up through the arms. And slowly lower down. It doesn't matter how much movement you get, even if you barely lift, even if you just contract. Take a few comfort breaths. There's a lot of buildup of lactic acid. Inhale, lift up through the chin, stretch through the arms, and at the last moment, lift up through the arms. One more if you wish, or if you don't, you push through the arms and sit back in your heels. Lift up through the chin, lengthen through the arms, lift up through the arms. These are quite strong today. Push up through the arms. Sit back on your heels. Walk your fingers away. Pardon me. Inhale, walk, walk, walk. Exhale, release. Inhale, walk, walk, walk with these fingers. Exhale, release. As usual in this position, you can continue a few more of those, or you can take your hands around the side of your body, tuck your chin in into the pose of the child. You're tucking your chin right in and you're allowing your elbows to fall loosely around the side of the body. And you're taking the breath in between the upper back, between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, you're allowing the elbows to completely let go, which pulls the muscles in the upper back. If you're comfortable in this position, you can stay for a few more breaths, but if you want to go for an additional stretch on the neck, then you place your hands at the side of your head, and then you roll over onto the back of your neck. You don't have to put the hands at the side of the head, it just gives you added security, but be very careful with this one, and you get an extra stretch through the upper top part of the spine as you raise the seat up. To come out of that position, you keep the chin tucked in. And you slowly unfurl. And let the blood slowly trickle back out. There's less chance of feeling dizzy. You don't stay in that position too long. You build it up. Any problems with the eyes, you don't do this. High blood pressure, you don't do this. And then we sit up on our knees. We can sit relaxing on our ankles, or we can come up on our knees. So of course, I have no idea when we started, and sometimes I forget I'm actually teaching to a screen, so we should just continue, and when you've had enough, just say cheerio. Facial exercises. Everyone seems to be with us. So, Odd, I don't know you've done these before, but this is instead of this expensive cream that people use. All the expensive cream does is oxygenate the skin. That's all it does. You can get the same effect by doing these, but they're not for everyone. So we start with this. So pout out strongly, pull back firmly. And you can feel what's happening to all of this: muscles, skin, everything. And you can even feel what's happening to the chest muscles. And then we pout out strongly, keep the pout, then you move up with the lips, down, to the right, to the left. And then this one, you've never done this before. Open widely and you stick out the tongue and eyes as wide as you can. Remember, no one else can see you. And then scrunch up like tissue paper. Really aggressively, scrunch everything up. And then release. And you feel this warm blood rushing through your face, puffs up the face and gets rid of the wrinkles. So we do this all twice more. So this. You can do this driving. You can do it in the queue at the supermarket. That'll give you social distance. Probably damage your mask, but never mind. Right. Pout out. Up. Down. To the right. To the, just the mouth, not the head. To the left. And then remember, open wide, eyes wide, tongue out. Scrunch up like tissue paper. And we've only one to go, but you can feel the warmth coming into the face. Last one. In and out. And have a feel, see what it's doing. All these muscles, the back, the neck, back of the neck, I should say. And then pout out. You don't move your head, you're just moving your lips. Strong pout out, then up. Down. You can hold these for as long as you wish. To the right. To the left. And then tissue paper. Really aggressive. That's it. And feel what's happened. The blood's been rushed to the face. Up on knees. Hands behind the head. Open your elbows. So all we're going to do is we're going to inhale as we open the elbows. And you can feel what's happening there, or I can. Inhale, open the elbows. Wait for your natural pause. And release. I know, Helen, is that? You can feel what's happening there. All you're doing is opening your elbows. Inhale, open the elbows. If it's any consolation, I'm feeling it as well. But you're not doing any damage doing this. It's not load bearing. You're just asking your body to go into a position it hasn't done for quite some time. So the muscles are complaining. This is healthy pain. And release. So just continue at your own time, because Audrey, you've no idea what's coming next, but Karen does. It's toilet roll. Right? And release. Now this next time we inhale as we open the elbows, and we exhale as we turn the body to the right, the first point of resistance. Ooh, it's a good twist. When you get to the right, your first point, you wait there, and you inhale, open the elbows. Wait for your natural pause, breathe, believe, and receive, and then soften. And as you soften, you may get a further twist to the right. You may. Don't push, you allow. Inhale, open the elbows. I know you're getting the buildup of lactic acid. Me too. Exhale, relax. That's it. Once more. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Inhale as you come around. We'll have a break, but we're going to do the next side as well. So inhale, stretch up. And I see the facial expressions there. Now, we have a break. If you need to adjust your clothes to bring a bit of dignity back, hide or lock down lard, that's what I call it. Right. Take the breath into the back of the neck. Forget about the lungs, forget about anywhere else in the body. Inhale into the back of the neck and exhale down through the shoulders. So you inhale, the Bija mantra is hung. It's just the sound that reverberates for that area, according to the sages of years ago. Inhale to the back of the neck, exhale, soften and release. And you push that breath right down to your fingertips. Inhale to the back of the neck, exhale, release. It helps to disperse the lactic acid a lot quicker. We know the power of the mind. Improved, improved, improved. Placebo effect. A few more. Remember, we're still keeping open with the front of the body. We're still standing tall or kneeling tall. Exhale and relax. Because remember, we're ready to do the very same to the other side. That's a good sign, Helen. That's a body relaxing. That's you letting go of tension. That's equivalent to the sigh that initiates the relaxation response. Okay, so now we take the hands again. And this side should be a lot easier because the body knows now what's expected of it. So we're going to inhale, open the elbows. Exhale, relax. See, much easier this time, yeah? Look at that. It's almost pleasurable, yeah? Inhale, open the elbows. And exhale. Inhale, open the elbows. Now, you're probably barely feeling any discomfort now, or certainly less. Exhale, release. Now we're going for the twist. So we inhale and we open. Exhale as we turn to the left. Ooh, it's a good twist. I can feel it. Inhale as you open the elbows, and you're not trying to twist, you're exhaling, and the body may release. It may. If it doesn't, that's also okay. A couple more in your own time. Inhale, open. Exhale, relax and release. And inhale as we come back. Stretch up. Up, 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 up. And again, one more movement after this. So enjoy these arms coming down, or not coming down as the case may be. I feel like bursting into song here. I think I need to get some longer tops. Then take a few breaths into the back of the neck again. Close your eyes. Take a breath into the back of the neck. Exhale it down through the shoulders, and with one more movement. Disperse that lactic acid. Breathe, believe, and receive. And the last movement, toilet roll. So we're putting the hands back, behind the back of the head. Our elbows are open. Naturally, they want to open, much more than... Dear, I hope that isn't too disturbing. Someone's just moved in next door. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to inhale as we open the elbows and take the hands away from the back of the head. So if I turn around, so we inhale and we're trying to take the hands away and trying to fit a toilet roll holder, an empty toilet roll holder in the space between the hands and the head. Not by dropping the head, keep the head up, keep the chin up, hands back, and release. And you do as many of these as you wish, as many as you're comfortable with. So we inhale, move the hands away from the head so a toilet roll holder can fit in. It can be a flattened one if you're a beginner. And release. So you get the idea. It's up to you how many you do. You're in charge of your movements. But you can feel what's happening. It's a lovely contraction. And then a squeeze as you release. We'll do once more, shall we? And release. And stretch up. Relax all efforts. And just take a few breaths. And take your awareness to see what's happened. Something's happened. I don't know if it's good or bad, because all our bodies react differently. But with the awareness, then you'll know if this one works for any ailments that you may have or challenges. Breathe, believe, and receive. Slow, smooth, and deep. And because we've done this, now we're going to go and do thread in the needle, an old favorite, but just see how it's changed with doing these movements. So, Odd, I don't think you've done this before. Thread in the needle. We're down on all fours. Check that your hands are under your shoulders. Check that your knees are under your hips. Try and be honest with the width of your hips. Most people lose balance because they think their hips are narrower. And all we're going to do is we inhale as we raise the right arm. We turn around and look up at it. Exhale as you come down. You can stop and rest on the elbow, or you can continue right through onto the shoulder. And then we raise up the left arm. You can stay in these individual movements for as long as you wish, but to come out, push through with the left arm as we come up, back into the all four position. And then we do the other side, which is inhale with the left arm. Come down, through with the left arm, and up with the right. Down with the right, and back into the neutral. Once more to either side, in your own time. I think neighbours are moving in next door, so it's an interesting day. So we inhale with the right, raise the right arm, down through, rest on the shoulder. Raise the left. Push up with the left. Raise the left. Look up as you inhale. Down and through. Up with the right. Again, you can hold these positions for as long as you wish, as long as you're comfortable, and there's no discomfort or straining or you're out of balance. When you're finished, Todd, just sit back on your knees. We're going to do the preliminary plow. I think we're almost done. Now, Karen, I don't even believe I've done this with you before, maybe once. The preliminary plow. So what we're going to do is we're going to lie on our back. We take our palms down the side of our body. And it's important you try and keep as much of the lower back and buttocks on the ground. So the palms down the side of the body. And all we're going to do is, I wouldn't advise you lift both legs at the same time, but we're going to raise the legs, and this is all we're looking for. The palms are at the side of the buttocks, and you're just trying to get, it releases the pelvic area, keeping the legs straight, keeping as much of the lower back on the ground. The alternative is to take the fists and place them under your buttocks. So Howard, if you're finding this one a bit strenuous, take your fists, put them under the buttocks, and that will elevate the lower back a little bit, which makes it slightly easier. And this is all we're looking for. And my legs are even shaking in this little position because it's a strenuous one. And we open the feet, close, inhale, open, close in your own time. You can stop, take a comfort breath. If you need to take a pressure off the pelvic area, then you just put the legs a bit further forward. But you can feel what's happening to the hamstrings, you feel what's happening to the tightness in the pelvic area, which was worked on. Inhale. Exhale. When you've had enough, you bend at the knees and place the feet on the ground. Take a few comfort breaths. And you try a few more movements. So again, you have the option of raising the legs together, which only if your lower back is fine and strong enough. And you inhale as you separate the feet. Exhale back. Or you bend at the knees to raise the legs. Then you straighten the legs. And you open. Exhale back. Please do not strain. 2 more movements. Bend at the knees. So if you wish to now lie in Shavasana, and give your body a rest, please do that. But if you want one more movement, which is slightly stronger, the palms are at the side of the body. We're taking the buttocks off the ground on this occasion. We're pushing through our arms, feet over, and we're gently coming up like so. This is slightly more strenuous. You're placing your hands under your hips. We're not pressing our chin into our sternum. And this is all we're looking for, which allows the blood to trickle back from the lower extremities of the body. So I'll talk you how to get into it again. The palms are down the side of the body. You bend at the knees. You lift the buttocks off the ground, feet over the head, and that rolling movement allows you to raise up through the torso. And that's all we're looking for. This isn't for everyone. Semi-inverted position. To come out, you lower the knees, press the hands on the ground, and gently, vertebra by vertebra, roll back out. Stretch your feet. And adopt Shavasana. So check that your chin isn't painting the ceiling. Check that your palms are upwards. Your shoulders are rested on the ground. Check that your feet are floppy. And allow the body to breathe naturally. In reasonably strong postures today. Breathe, believe, and receive. We've released some areas of tension, so allow the natural breath to flow into these areas. My body is rested. My mind is calm. My heart is at peace. My spirit soars. As you exhale, soften and surrender any muscular tensions that remain in the body. Remember, you're trying to increase the surface area of the body onto the ground. As much surface area of the body onto the ground. Three more breaths. And you can remain lying in Shavasana as I read out the quote. Or you can slip your hands between the lower back and gently push up. So I shall go into nature over the next few days and record something gentle for you to follow as an apology for the interruptions today. But as you're lying there in Shavasana, allowing the full body weight to surrender itself onto the ground, reflect on this quote by Mate Ezraty. Practicing yoga is a privilege. And with this privilege comes a duty to be kind, to share a smile, and to offer the yoga from the mat into the rest of your life. Practicing yoga is a privilege. And with this privilege comes a duty to be kind, to share a smile, and to offer the yoga from the mat into the rest of your life. Namaste. Thank you very much.